Good afternoon, traders. It's Monday, March the 31st. Let's do a review of today. Well, today's review needs to start all the way back last October the 12th and this IB low. So, your homework, if you're in my group, is to go back in time and make sure you've marked all of these lows properly. We've had a couple contract switchovers. You might have moved them. I'm not sure, but it's a good time to go and mark those levels because this level came into play today. Okay. So make sure that is on your chart. And let's go. And now let's go to current. So this morning, first of all, let's talk about Sunday opening. We gapped down. And what did we do all night? We laddered down. Okay. No big deal. So let's come into a 3-minute chart here for a second. So we open today right here, right? That's the opening. Then, yeah. So then we do a shoot up, and I tell the group, I say, okay, if this thing wants to get to these relative highs here, these three in a row against the VWAP, I'll take a short. Didn't quite make it. And then when we pushed back under the opening, I said, okay, on a retest of the opening, you could take that short if you wanted. I had an order to go short there. It didn't get me in. So I'm like, okay, great. Let's see what happens next. So we push down and we grab this liquidity from that August low. And then we do my most favorite thing in the world, and that is a V shape with a vengeance move back into range. Now, I have said the risk of short covering is high, extremely high, but doubtful. I mean, the bears seem to really be in control. We seem to be at a big area that if we ladder down any further, we are going to have a monster drop. The Bulls defended, and they defended with a vengeance. So when we grab an RTH low and we ladder back with a vengeance, the last thing I'm looking to do is to get short. And I said that several times on Zoom to the group. I will not be shorting this. I have to allow this liquidity grab to happen. And we're going to look for evidence of laddering back up. If we get that evidence, we will be presented with longs. And that's exactly what happened for us. So I'm going to drop in time frames here because that's what we did. Let me bring back up my strong levels because these things come into play here. So we grabbed this liquidity, had a nice shift, came back to a front side, had a move up, bounce number one. Then we came down to this front side, bounce number two. And I went, aha, we've had two bounces off of a liquidity grab. What I'm looking for is it to come to this strong range, come back in, and you can go long if you want to between 53 and 51. And then if we get back up over the strong range, this could be an add. And my goodness, that's exactly how it worked out. But I made a critical error. I had a three contracts to go long at 53, and I went, bears control. Yes, we've laddered twice, but I'm on a very low time frame range. It did bounce off this strong level, and I moved my entry literally 2 ticks too greedy. It missed my three contracts. What a different day this would have been because we ran 100 points today. I would not have been in all three contracts for 100 points. I can't pretend that. But 100% certain I would have been in one contract. So, pardon me, I'm sorry. I missed this entry with three contracts. I did not miss this entry, but I only did it with one contract. I missed my optimal entry. So I de risked, I deleveraged, I dropped my number of contracts to one. Now, I did capture a 10-point move, which is beautiful, but price came back and got me. It came back and got me. What do you do? Had I been in this trade, my perfect entry, why not risk the extra 3 points? It's just three freaking points. So it was a rose of a day, but this was the thorn. I would have had a 100-pointer today. if it wasn't for that. The risk of short covering was high. And once you start getting that type of vicious move back to the top, you've got to start being very careful playing the short game. Then break levels start to tell the story. Then you've got to start drawing your trend lines out and going, do I want to counter this? Which levels are being respected? Levels that bounce price up or levels that bounce price down? That's really important to make that cognitive decision. Which levels are being respected? Levels that send price up or levels that send price down? Which levels are we breaking? Are we breaking levels to the north here or are we breaking levels to the south here? You have to be cognitively aware of that. Main piece of advice here: careful countering a liquidity grab. Now, you need to know that the liquidity grab is happening. And that's one reason being in a group like ours is very helpful, because together we trade better. I hope you had a great day trading. If you'd like to check us out, join us. Check us out at microstrader.com.
Stay green, my friends. And to learn more about our group, go to microstrader.com.